I'd catch up with Iceland. Learn everything she's been up to that couldn't be transmitted through sending.
Gotcha. Yeah, she could tell you about most of the things. The one she hated the most was the cup game.
The what?
Well, it was so stupid. Because so the goal was to find the statue, the little statuette, I guess, underneath the cup. And I'm good at that thing, right? Like, I've always been good at that. But the point wasn't not to be good at it. It was to find, she does, quotes, it.
The ball?
So no matter how many times I knew I would pick the right thing, I would always be wrong.
So magic cup and ball game or something?
Sort of. Well, in the end, the point is, you're not supposed to follow where it was. You're supposed to follow where the magic is.
Ah. So you went for the more direct approach then?
Right, where I knew it was. But then Cordelia would always put it in another cup. Sometimes she wouldn't even put it in a cup.
Cordelia seems a bit of a prankster.
Sort of. She definitely takes the head mistress role a little bit too serious sometimes.
Did you ever get mad about us constantly pinging?
I wouldn't say mad. It was more, if you don't separate, you'll never learn to separate. If that makes sense.
If you don't separate, you'll never learn to separate. Yeah, I get it. I think she might be wrong, but...
She kept stressing the fact that she gets a grumpy look on her face almost. We're not meant to be people anymore.
Tell that to Celine.
Right. We are, as she does a mimicking pose, vessels of divine will.
There's a lot of light in all the day-to-day activities. And all the people in the cities. So, I would disagree with her. But she ain't exactly here for us to have a theological discussion.
No, and you'd be right. But that comes later. The divorcement is first.
He'll stare at her for a moment. Did you finish that divorcing?
If I didn't, I'd still be there. It's funny you mentioned Selena, and not surprised you would have met her. She finished it rather quickly.
We're the ones that sent her over. Saved their hometown. Twice.
Gosh.
I was about to say.
I was 4 years in when you sent her over, and she's already catching up so fast to what I had already went through.
But wait. It was 4 years in when you sent her... Okay, that time that works out. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's pretty well practiced in being, what do you call it, a representative of her people.
Well, and it's hard to tell because of how her people are, but I'm pretty sure she's a white man.
Not at that. That's what we figured. Yeah, if you want to connect with her, you can ask her to teach you her people's sign language, and I'll do a few of the gestures on it. They don't really talk, so... Well, I guess they couldn't talk. Might be a good learning point, or a connection point. Either one.
Yeah. Yeah, she definitely had this sorrow hit her a little bit harder. You know, she points to y'all, we're already kind of accustomed to that.
Ouch.
She's not exactly wrong.
It just hurts to call it out.
Yeah, fair.
Gosh, you know what I'm saying? We already had happiness ripped out from under us.
Yeah. We went back, to the orphanage.
She sort of leans forward. What did you find?
A house of broken dreams. And a really awesome hammer. But, I think you already know about it.
Right.
Lawrence's hammer.
Yeah, I could always feel like there was something watching over us, you know?
Is that why you always ran into the basement when we were kids?
She nods. It just felt the safest.
It might be what kept the face thief at bay, too.
As long as it did.
I would love to go back in time and see what that face thief actually was. With proper eyes. Watchman eyes.
Oh, I bet if we spent time, we could probably hunt it down.
I think it's already dead, to be honest.
I'd be surprised.
Dark
Seems
ones
like
seem
a-
territorial.
Right. And even if it did survive, it seems like a... It probably needs to be near a civilization. There wasn't one really nearby now, was there?
Would it change anything?
No. I really wouldn't.
You know, part of me wanted to go back there and just blow the whole place up.
I mean, still got time. Give the place a fresh start.
But then the other part of me realized that would just be self-aggrandizing. Wouldn't be doing it to make anything better but myself feel better. And that felt kind of selfish.
Eh, you're only human. Contrary to what Cordelia might say.
Very aware human, though.
So that's one of the best parts of training. We get to spend a good amount of time with the Cathars, and they actually help guide us through the path.
Lucky. Any favorites? Anyone we should keep our eyes on? Or anyone we should keep our eyes on?
The one who is really probably the most known to the sisters is Aurora of Renvark.
Ah, Aurora. Pleasant lady.
She's worked with a few sisters before in her time, so she kind of knows what we need.
Sort of like how John has worked with the Black Watch and knows what we're about.
She smiles pretty brightly at that. Yeah, exactly.
I getcha. A thought crosses Clint's mind. Did you ever see anyone... I don't know, about... His mage hand is invisible, so he has to pick up a stick to indicate where it is. He lifts a stick about, I don't know, 6 something tall. About that high. Pale skin, black hair, green eyes. Long flowing hair. Carries a royal presence about him. You see anyone like that in Renvark?
Sounds like something out of a horror story. Even the way you're describing it carries such a deep darkness with it.
He's a dark individual, although I can't say I disrespect him. But I take it, no. You haven't.
Not that I can recall. There's a
Yes.
lot of people there. It's a pretty popular,
It is.
I guess you could call it vacation site for nobles that make the trip.
Oh, of course it would be.
A vacation site, a pilgrimage site.
I guess both are accurate. A lot of Cathars do come that way.
I mean, it's probably the hottest hotspot of our blah 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 blah. So it would make sense for Catholics.
It's where, from what I've been told, you can hear the song the loudest.
Song of the Singalia.
I'm surprised considering there's like 3 cities like right next to each other over here.
Right, you would figure.
Which means Renvark is the source of greatest power. Or deepest connection. Or the one with the least interference.
Wait, can you not like hear their song? I feel like that would just be something you guys naturally tap into.
It's a little bit different. Oh goodness, how do you say this right? It's like you hear the harmony of what needs to be done.
Well, how about a demonstration? We'll begin pulling off the amulet and presenting it over there. I heard it earlier. Heard it a couple times now.
Right. So it would be like tuning a guitar. Right?
Going to just tap his tambura, leaned against a tree.
Or a tambura. She holds her hands up. When you know where the sound is, you just gotta tune it right. Like,
You think you can cast it or channel it through this?
she holds it. Oh, it's feeling very safe. This doesn't sing in my key.
He tilts his head that. I didn't realize they were so distinct from each other.
No, not like it's a Singelia I can't sing with or harmonize with. But it's a song outside of my range.
Ah. Well, I'll count myself lucky then.
But she just looks over. That's how I knew we needed to go here, Bradford.
Right, there was something resonating. Well, something. Just as at the fucking giant snail shell.
I imagine Sheldon is like all pulled back into his shell and is just vibing right now.
Absolutely.
Having a great nap.
He's not a honk shoe snore. He's a me 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 me.
Alright, I'm putting in the lore archive. I'll put in the same note for the other one for Yosef.
Understandable.
Okay,
Didn't he have the same story? Ah, it's the joke.
No, no, it's canon. He's a honk shoe snore. You can look in lore archive. So it's, honk.
Deepest lore.
Me. Snore. Okay, it's canon. Just when I think our lives hit some precipice of nonsense and insanity, something always finds a way to prove me wrong.
There's never a precipice. There's never a stopping. It just gets weirder.
Seeing all the shit I say, I hope there's a limit. And at that, he will activate his Eldritch Sight and look at Iceland. What does he see?
Yeah, I mean, she is pure magic.
Like a flashpoint?
Not
Again.
exactly. It's almost like beautiful to look at. Despite being, physically made beautiful by becoming older and going through the sister process.
Mhm.
The weave of arcane that flows around her is delightfully harmonic. It's not pulled from anywhere like when you cast a spell. It's not tugged at, manipulated, or changed. It just flows in its natural state.
You sisters really are something.
When Clint does that, does he, like, visually look different?
I don't think we're qualified that.
I leave it up to you. I'm just imagining this.
What is it? I would say probably visually no, but body language wise, yes.
Right.
Like he gets entranced.
This is definitely happening. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, before that deactivates, look at Sheldon. What's he look like?
He does eventually look at Sheldon, but he does have to like put an effort to look away from Aislinn.
Makes sense.
What does Sheldon look like?
Looks like a shell.
He is bereft of a magical signature.
You get the feeling that the magical part of them is not so much Sheldon, but Abacus.
So Sheldon is a physical warrior, gotcha.
Sheldon is his faithful companion, it seems.
They're co-workers. Well, not co-workers.
Well, I'll give you this. He kind of looks like it would be a shield.
Okay. Sheldon is bereft of any distinct magical signature. No, he carries an innate defensive energy about him. And I'm not saying just because he's a fucking shell. He's meant to be with his partner.
Gotcha.
What it must be like having someone that by fate you're bound to. And knowing that. Must be nice. Or maybe it's a ball and chain.
Oh no, he's getting depressed and reminiscent again.
Always.
Hey, you see Aislinn staring out at the water?
Follow
What's
her gaze.
going on here?
You have to be a bit more specific, sis.
Pick
Let
up
me
the
hear.
trident.
You see her throw her hands out and almost this aura come encompassing y'all like a shell.
Shell!
Why is the Black Watch threatening to eat itself?
You're a very insightful kid. I guess you always were. It's eating itself because it's been eating itself. So we don't got time to go through the theatrics and the courtesies.
Then tell me the long version. While it's just us that can hear.
Jericho, Bradford, Gregor, and Lucian got jumped by Leona Van Damian, a member of our upper class. She was the one we had the note for. Yeah, we get the da-da-da-da-da.
Do you tell her everything?
So why not? If we can't trust her, then
Yeah,
can't
why
we
not?
trust?
In the game, we can't trust Aislinn.
Let's go to morning. Let's get you boys set up. Crash, hit me with that music change.
Got you.
Da, 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 da. Oh, this map looks cool. Oh god, another tower!
Yeah, this one doesn't seem as arcade. There's not even Tesla field outside it.
Okay, I'm gonna change my artificer things real quick.